Yugoslavia!
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 Few Americans know little, if anything, about Yugoslavia. One reason is because not many people know where to find it. Actually, it's really quite simple. Just go to Italy and make a right.
Yugoslavia?
A popular misconception about Yugoslavia is that it is a neighboring country of the Soviet Union. In actuality, it borders 7 European countries, none of them being Russia. A bigger misconception than the location, though, is the country itself. When most Americans think of Yugoslavia, this is not what comes to mind. Or this. Or this. Or even this. We often think of a bleak, dreary, iron-curtain country, inhabited by peasants clad in nothing but bleak, dreary babushkas, which may be the case if this is your idea of a babushka.
Swimwear.
While technically the government is a form of socialism, any similarity with the Soviet Union ends there. Oh, you may get the feeling you're being watched here, but I assure you it is for a completely different reason. Citizens here are free to come and go as they please, as are tourists, who need only a passport to enter the country. And while the average worker here makes only around $5,000 a year, the cost of housing, transportation, and food allows the standard of living to be surprisingly high. Why, a typical 5-course dinner, including vintage Yugoslavian wine, will run about $5 a person.
Zato, ker plačate 10-krat manj na najemnino za stanovanje.
Doktor Žižek.
Dajte malo zračunati boljš, ta račun se ne izide.
Se zelo izide.
O istem, kaj povedal, namreč, natanko to me moti, tudi bi se z ostalimi kolegi strinjal, kar ste vi rekel, zakaj se nenehno omenja to famozno Latinsko Ameriko, pa Brazilijo, pa Kolumbijo, ne vem kaj, zakaj ne ostale sosednje države, recimo poleg Avstrije še Grčijo, Portugalsko, Španijo, ki so imele nekje isto štartno osnovo, so pa danes bolj napredovale. Drugič, pa pozoril na nek tragični moment, ki se meni zdi ključen. Strinjam se, da ima privatna lastnina svoje, rekel, nevarne zle potencijale, če ne se moralično izrazim. Samo, jaz bi ponovil tukaj Churchillov paradoks, je najslabši vseh možnih sistemov, težava je v tem, da ni, kot kaže izkustvo, nobenega ostalega, ki bi bil boljši. Se pravi, gre za to, da se negativne učinke obvlada in tako naprej, in tragika sedanjega položaja se mi zdi v naslednjem, da v sedanji divji reprivatizaciji te nedefinirane družbene lastnine se zdi, kot da bomo pobrali mi vse slabo od privatno-lastninske družbe brez teh blagotejnih učinkov, ki so lastni ravno kapitalističnim.
Could Yugoslavia let its richest and most Western republic go without a fight?
Gospod predsednik, žetva teritorijalne obrane je postrojena v čast Republike Slovenije kot samostojne države.
The Slovene president reviewed his militia, aware that he might soon need them to stop the Yugoslav army from reasserting control.
Prišel sem domov iz proslave in ker je bil že dan sestanek Svetovnega slovenskega kongresa, ravno končeval sem ta svoj zapis, ko je zvonil telefon in mi je bilo sporočeno, tanki so šli iz vrhniške vojašnice.
Glavni grad Hrvatske danas liči na Jeruzalem. Franjo Tuđman dolazi pred građane.
Pa bilo je jasno dato do znanja da milicija u Hrvatskoj, odnosno milicionari srpske nacionalnosti, da će morati da prihvate obilježja, simbole koje su bile za vreme zloglasne NDH države.
Tudjman's embrace of the checkerboard flag was like waving the Nazi swastika in their faces.
većina strešničkog kadra i vojničkog kadra i naroda, naročito ovih delova ovde, sada u Saveznoj Republici Jugoslaviji, priželjkivali su da dođe do vanrednih mera i da vojska preuzme stvar u svoje ruke.
Američki ambasador Zimmerman tražio zvanično prijem kod mene.
What I said to Jovic was that we were very anxious that force not be used in Croatia.
Oni faktički se slažu sa stvaranjem paravojnih jedinica kojima legalna država ne može ništa.
He said to me, Mr. Zimmerman, he said, and I think he shook his fist at this point, that Mr. Zimmerman, he said, how many armies does the United States have? How can you tolerate having more than one army in your country? How can you expect us not to react when the Croats are trying to build their own army?
Ali se iz toga vidi već najava zvaničnog pritiska najveće svetske sile na našu državu, na našu vlast.
Šta ima u Srpskoj Republici?
Pa ima borbi, neće ovi da stanu sa borbom. Sa Hrvatima ćemo možda prestati za dan, dva, sva neprijateljstva. To bi bio veliki događaj, mislim da ćemo to. To bi bio veliki događaj, to bi pola rata bi stalo. A sa muslimanima ne znamo šta ćemo, oni neće da pregovaraju.
Ali, a šta li misli čemu se nada?
Nada se vojnoj intervenciji.
Našom srpskom
Da ne smo
vremenu
cigara,
zavlada,
sine.
Nada se vojnoj intervenciji. To je još jedina nada. I nada se eventualno da mu neko da oružje da produžava rat.
A ko bi mogao doći da gine za zalimnu državu na Balkanu? Koja je to majka će pošalje dijete tamo i čija dijete dođu?
Majka se ne pita.
Tiho je i sve vidljivo kao pred smrt. Oprez je razasut trd kao da neko veliki neko za sve ovo zna. This is called nocturno. Just as the snow was going on lonely city and all of us are awakened because of snow and fear is spread out. So this is about fear and about snow. Weapon market is very dirty business, and even we bought some from NATO, and we bought some, our people bought some from Bulgaria and from NATO, and they armed themselves. And then when the Yugoslav army left Bosnia, we took it because this is made by our own taxes. This is by our money. That's why we take it.
Nikad, taj dan kad je bilo koliko su se oni derali i galamili, majku vam četničku, pobićemo vas sve, živjetemo vas povatati, predajte se. Ja sam govorila, nećemo se nikad predati, nikad nas nećete živjeti sve povatati. Znajte, dobro, ima nas još, niste nas sve pobili.
The Turks and even Muslims who have been previously Serbs and converted into Islam, they used to live in the centers of cities, while Serbs used to possess the entire ground, and that was Serbian country when Turks came. We may be negotiating about territory, but we own this country. This is our country. Turks have been here occupiers, and the Muslims are successors of those occupiers. You notice how many mosques they have.
Those white minarets, yeah.
after Turks came, after Kosovo battle, those Serbs who didn't accept Islam have been pushed to the mountains, out of valleys, out of good country.
Yeah. So the traditional imposed geopolitics.
Geopolitics, yes, exactly. They accepted to be poor, but not to change their own religion. There is a poem of mine about Sarajevo. The title was Sarajevo. And the first line was, I can hear disaster walking. City is burning out like a Tamyan in the church.
Yeah.
In this smoke, there is our conscience over there. And a squad of armed topola, armed trees. Everything I saw armed, everything I saw in terms of fight, in terms of war, in terms of army terms. That was 23 years ago that I have written this poem, and many other poems have something of prediction, which frightened me sometimes.
Topola, that is a Russian word.
Topola, yeah.
Nije bila Sveta Trojica još i ona. Dođe treći. Koja zaratuje, gora zaratuje.
We are not going to commit suicide. Come and kill us.
You are very courageous people. You, despite anything what is against you, it's a great power of almost
the entire world.
Yeah, 15 countries against you, and you resist. And I repeat again, we Russians, we should take example from you.
Croatia had lost a quarter of its territory to rebel Serbs. For 4 years, Croatia's president had been planning to seize it back.
Htjeli smo pokazati i svijetu da zaista raspolažemo sa vojnom snagom, prema tome htjeli smo i Srbima dati znati da je vrijeme da pristanu na mirno rješenje.
Croatia, encouraged by the United States, had built itself an army to crush the rebel Serbs. All they needed was the green light.
We did not think that that kind of an attack could do anything other than create a lot of refugees and cause a humanitarian problem. On the other hand, it always had the prospect of simplifying matters.
We knew a few days before the operation that it was in fact going to occur. I went down to meet with President Tudjman to deliver a démarche.
We are concerned by indication that you are preparing for an offensive in sectors south and north. Tu im služba nije za to.
We made clear to Tudjman that we did not favor military action.
Nakon ovakvog ozbiljnog upozorenja, koje se razumije se da sam ja najozbiljnije razmotrio, nisam odustao, jer sam bio uvjeren da mi možemo postići pobjedu.
Tudjman had read the signals well. 3 days later, his army began shelling the rebel Serbs' capital, Knin. The Croats had a huge advantage in men and armor. They rolled in with ease. The Serb soldiers had already fled. Once again, a centuries-old community was uprooted. This time, more than 100,000 Serbs from Croatia. They had stuck by a regime based on ethnic cleansing. Now they paid the price.
Čini se jednostavno da je velik broj ljudi odraslog srpskog pučanstva bio uključen u te srpske paravojne snage, a drugi dio pučanstva da je bio obmanut da dolaze ustaše, fašisti i da im nema drugo nego da bježe.
To make sure the Serbs never returned, Tudjman's army set their villages alight. They murdered hundreds of old people who'd hung stubbornly on.
Mislio sam da će 60-70% Srba ostati, da će shvatiti da je to demokratska Hrvatska koja im jamči građanska i etnička prava. Prema tome, sami su Srbi odgovorni za takvu sudbinu kao što su je doživjeli.
President Tudjman had achieved an ethnically pure Croatia.
Zastava ovdje znači dovršenje dijela uspostave slobodne nezavisne Hrvatske.